check here if my sound is audible. So yeah, that looks good. We can move ahead. Let me think. Let me just give me a moment. I think the voice is a little lower. Let me know if that sounds a little better. And yeah, let's get started where we left off last evening. And we created this plugin, and we have almost completed this setup, which was integrating with the database. And now we just had one single step to be completed, which was creating that file from GitHub, but it is not required right now. We now need to focus on this editor part, which is the actual uh, interface where we will allow the user to enter the name and password. But first, it the first the user will sort of create this post, and then only we will uh, allow it to post the actual article on the database when the authentication credentials are correct. So once that is created, so the actual logic is written over here. We need to test out this logic. So I need to create this template, which will be editor template. I think we have already written, and now we need to sort of get this boilerplate code to work in accordance to what uh, we have written, right? So we will have this slash editor route, um, which will be an cloud functions. Like it will be a cloud function uh, URL, but right now we can just serve it as a Golang API locally, and then if you are deploying it, we can just hook it up with the environment variable that will be deploying it. So that is that. And when the user posts this form, that will be submit button, the information that will be passed will be uh, the content and the metadata. So let us create that, and we also will show a pop-up to enter the username and password, and if that is valid, then only we will uh, hit this new endpoint to create a post on the database. So let me think how we will do this, because there are two approaches here. We can send in the entire post. I think that is the correct way, which is to first take in. Okay, but how we'll do that on dynamically? So what I was thinking is, let's say we have a form here which we have created, and this will serve uh, the metadata and the body. So we'll take this input from the user. The metadata will be a JSON string, and body will be a normal markdown string. And we also need to provide the author name and password. So if you see over here, the actual route, we have asked the user to get the username, the password, and the title. That is optional. The post, that will be the markdown content, and the metadata. So this is what we expect from the like the requests that will be coming in from um, the editor. So now we can, like, to at least have this initial prototype, we can just add in the fields that will be the title, content, metadata, and username and password. So I want to make this look really good. So I want to use some things like tailwind. I don't know, like maybe we can use tailwind here, but yeah, let's see. Uh, yeah, let's use tailwind and just get GPT here because I don't uh, see myself writing these templates over and over again. So I just write it for GPT, so which will be write the tailwind art um, editor, which is a rich markdown editor with the fields title. So it will give us this. There are some things which it has added for custom CSS, and it is a markdown file. Maybe it is using preview markdown. I That will be really good to do. So now once this is created, so is it using marked? Okay, it is using the marked library. I don't know what it is, but we'll see how it goes. So I'll create two things here, which will be to go run this file, and then I need to go here, call editor, and yeah, you can see here we have this nice interface that I was expecting, and then this is the markdown preview. If I write in over here hello, does it really work though? Okay, it doesn't have syntax highlighting, but I think it is like sort of doing the thing that is like it. If I hover over here, you can see it is definitely doing that. Yeah, so I don't care if that is doing correctly. So yeah, let us do this. We'll keep it right now for this at least. This looks good. Maybe we can improve this styling later on, but for now let's keep this as it is. And yeah, so editor, this will be configured based on what we want to do, and so let's make this dynamic from the plugin configuration. uh, maybe not, maybe. So since we are definitely doing it over here, we can pass in the whole SSG context here. Okay, so that we can definitely do. um, yeah, let's skip that for now, and yeah, let us route it to Now, this is not an API yet, right? Because this execute is simply a server, and this post handler is what the actual handler I had supposed. And yeah, it listens for the uh, DB, which will be LibSQL, hosted on port 8080 localhost. But it won't be able to do it because the server is running like it's a static server, but not a actual Golang server, so it won't sort of create this maybe. Or maybe we because since we are like directly running this, um, like it's a module, right? And we can like run these programs. Uh, okay, we cannot run these programs. Okay, so what we would do is instead. So this is not a part of this plugin, right? Because plugin is simply taking. So it's not a plugin anymore. It's a cloud function that we want to host, and the plugin will actually just do two things which are separate. One is to um, set this up, like set the authors and post the DB schema, and also configure how we would run this. And also on the other side, which will be the next part, that is to take in a DB and a path somewhere in GitHub and sort of sync that at some point. So that will be two parts that plugin will do, but it won't actually do the trigger part, which is it won't serve as the API endpoint. We need to host it somewhere else, and that is where I want to use cloud functions in this case. And yeah, so I can run this like file separately here, which is main.go. I'll create. I cannot create one more file with main, right? Maybe we can. So I'll call it api.go, and what this will do is func main. I want to like run the HTTP server. So handle function, let's call it editor. Why is it? So this is the post handler, but this should not be an actual handler, so I'll call it R, right? That is how we define what is the handler, like function signature. I want to know that. Handle function, so we do HTTP response writer and our HTTP request. So it will be a W HTTP response writer. Is it a pointer? No. And R is a pointer to HTTP request method object, and it will. I don't think it returns anything. Yeah, and so that will be that. And now body. Okay. So now body will be IO dot read all R dot body, not BOD or POD. Yeah, it also has an error. If error is not nil, then yeah, will return. Okay, and that should solve the problem. Okay, not enough methods. Uh, Okay, sorry for the delay. Let's get. Okay, so I'll run the server here. Go run. This should hopefully run. And what I expect to happen over here is, let's say I'll call it slash editor, or not slash editor, let's call it http slash localhost 8081 slash editor, sorry, 8081, yeah. So this technically should now post this request to the API, and now since we are using the handler here, we'll get the body here, but now we need to convert this body into some sort of bytes as a form of like this will be a HTML form, right? So there is some different way where we would do this. So I think I have covered this in my 100 days of Golang series. Now I don't remember what are the exact steps, but I know what we do here. So I'll just refer to that. So it was in post request, and here you would see I have this function that, like, it's a section where I get the data from HTML forms. So yeah, sending from data in post request, and like also accepting the data in the form request. There are some nuances that we can explore right here. I think I have not covered it here, maybe. Okay, so anyways, this will be body dot. Maybe it is the same way that we do. Not sure because it won't be a JSON anyways. So I think I need to print out this thing, the body. So let me print the body, and let's run each of these, and let's hit this API. So let's call it hello world, and let's have the title as title, sorry, hello world. That's it, I'll keep this simple. I need to reload that, I forgot that. So let's do this. mm, yeah, so title is hello world, the body will be hello world. I think I've created this as test and test. Submit. Yeah, so I wanted to see what is the, yeah, it will be a URL encoded data, and how we will load this will be a little interesting one. we say r dot parse form. Okay, so we'll have to manually construct this. I suspected that. So instead of reading this, we need to say uh, error will be r dot form. Is it form? Parse form. Yeah, that will be that. And now, instead of doing these things, we'll need to construct the payload, which will be a type of payload, and we'll specify the title as uh, r dot metadata. That will be the form value from metadata, and the last one is oh yeah, we have everything. Yep, cannot use. Okay, so let me load this, and then we need to unmarshal this. So let me do one thing, which will be to json dot unmarshal, and we take in this. Yep, that seems correct. I not imported JSON. I have. Okay, that seems okay to me. Let's see. Is there a library that just sort of creates this? Can you hit this again? So we actually didn't create the hash ticket to short with authentication has been failed. Not sure why. I don't think I had changed the password, did I? So we see this thing here as, so that is being mapped correctly. However, I think I'm doing something suspiciously wrong, and so username is wrong. Okay, let me first. Oh yeah, we are. Come on, we have never opened the connection here. Yeah, now it should hopefully work. I think it was back to test. Okay, that created the post, I believe. Let me check that quickly with so db shell. Uh, yeah, it has been created. You can see the hello post was created yesterday and now it has created right now. Awesome. So that is working. That is what I needed to make sure that we are doing things correctly. And yeah, let us move on to the next thing, which is the most interesting bit for me, which is there are now two routes here. One is uh, the GitHub thing. So let me just quickly draw this out to make sure things are like really laid out and I know what I am doing. So to make more clarity here. So now we have the database working. Okay, so this is the database, and let's say we also have this editor, or I should say uh, post API running up. So these two things work independently, and there is single interface called the editor. Okay, so actually, okay, so let's say we have this editor here, editor page. It is nothing but just a page that first calls the post API, and this fetches to the database. And now what we do with the database, right? So that is where the new component which I want to create, which will be this thing which will take in the database. Okay, let's bring that a little closer. Okay, so now so we have this database up and running. Now we need a script, just a bash script, so that I can plug it into GitHub Actions that will uh, connect to the database and convert the recently added post or updated post into uh, and convert it, like add the file into the file system, just a markdown file, and we will run the SSG again so that it picks it up, and then the next time we are serving the files, the post is already there. So that is what the flow is. uh, Now I need to just create that script, right? So now what is that script? Okay, so this was just one approach. The other approach is to trigger just after we update. So we have created a post API. Similarly, we can call one more API after this, which will be to um, like it will be a another cloud function API that will be an API that calls the GitHub API to save the file into that particular repository. Okay, so that could be that as well. But right now I'm sticking to very basics, which will be to create a bash script or a cron job really that will run this bash script every, let's say, a day or every hour, maybe not every hour, but at least some time, like every X amount of time to make sure that we are synced up with the database. So we load in the updated posts and create that markdown file in the static site generator post directory, and that gets rendered out the next time SSG is like built. So that is that. So let's write the simplest bash script. So it will be sync db dot bash. Okay, since can GitHub Actions run a cron job as to fetch the DB and save a file with using a Golang script. So yeah, we can do that. I want to do that. Yeah, let's do that only. So it will be sync db.co. I'll call it a package main. It will be a func main. And what we do here. So I'll just copy and paste this thing, which is to uh, yeah, to get the URL and okay, and let's import a few things. Actually, let's not call it plugins, let's call it main, and let's not add it here, let's add it here, and font. So let's not use the SQL X here, SQL C here, because SQL C is something that is very specific to the application, and I don't want to use it here. So let's do one thing, which will create a SQL query, because it is not an application that we are running. We are just running this as a script. So we just need one query which will be uh, fetching the latest posts that have been created or sort of updated in the last X amount of time, hours or days, and grab those posts, right? So it will be a select query. Select. Now I don't want everything to return from that. Maybe everything. Yeah, select star from posts where um, so I'll grab the time where created uh, is less than the. Oh, that is one interesting function, add date. Yeah, I've explored this in times package, which is to add days. Interesting. Yeah, This is nice. So from dates where date were created is greater than, yeah, percentage s, or yeah, updated is also greater than s, and we'll see, mm, 1 day back time. Okay, now we need to run this query. Yep, this will be that. And what we will do with these rows is, let's say for row dot next, we need to create the post object first, or actually, yeah, the post object will be, so let me think. So we are iterating over all the rows, and now we need to make sure that we grab the title, we grab uh, the actual content, and anything that is there in the metadata, we'll just stick it there. And what else? We need some more information to be stored in the metadata, that is the current time, and that's it, I believe. We need to store the current time. Okay, let's do that. So id, title, slug, body, created, updated, metadata string. We don't need id, we don't need, maybe let's keep the id as well, may need it later. So if that happens, let's not do it this way. Let's do it this way because that won't, you know what, that looks too bad. So let's call it a post, and we'll, yeah, let's do that only because I don't have the post structure right now. If I wanted to, I can grab it from here, where it is. Sorry, it is in right here. Yeah, but let's not do that, and let's keep it as it is. And because I just want to write write it to a file, so I'll just create this sort of list of post, and yeah, let's try to create a function here called write post write post file, which will take in the not id, the title, the not slug, yeah, let's pass in the slug anyways, the body and the metadata, which all will be string. And I think we also need created, updated, time, and we need to write this to a file. So what I'll do is I'll So I don't know how to make this dynamic because now I need to set where this file to be loaded. How do we do that? Maybe using metadata, we can get certain things out. One thing is, do we want to do that? So I will pass where this post belong to. So it could be, let's say, type, and the type will be the key, and the value will be post. So it will directly store that in the post folder. And if, let's say, if there's anything which is coming after slash, we'll create subsequent folders for that. Right? Right. So first, we need to construct the metadata JSON. Um, Actually, that is already there. We just need to create this metadata. Yep. And then, yes. So if this is the case, then we need to find that important key, which will be this if post type, okay, metadata, and if post type is page, then what do we do? So that is done. Then what we would do is we'll open the file. So open os dot write file. So what it does, it takes in the name, data, and the permission. So the name will be uh, I need help from not GPT, Slugify. Mm, I think Slugify should be good enough. Not sure. Yeah, it is a little bit of repetition, but we can refactor any every time. I just want to create a prototype here. So one more thing I would like to check is the slug, and if the metadata has this slug, then if not okay, then slug will be slugify of title. Um, cannot what? Slug is not a new variable. Oh, it is already defined. Do we do that? Like, so in the plugin DB, do we set this slug before saving to the file? Maybe, okay. Okay, we already do that. Okay, makes sense. We'll just force it anyways. Okay, so this will be slugify. Now, yep, let's not create that mess. File path will just do. Mhm. So let's call it posts, or let's call it percentage s slash percentage s dot md, and I need to type in the post type and the slug. That is correct. Maybe this post. Yeah, let's stick to that. I can always configure that later on. And file path, the byte of the body, and it is 0660. I believe that is write permissions. Anyways, this will write the file, right? Okay, and then what do we do with that? Um, we have written the body, we have created the body. Okay, okay, that will not. So now, file content. This will be a little bit of too much. Now I want to have quotes here. I'll simply paste in the metadata string, add a slash n, oh sorry, percentage s /n/n and percentage s with the title and the body. No metadata str and the body, and simply use this file content here. Not sure why I use that, but that should be it in my opinion. Yeah, I mean that is it. Let me look at one of this post. We need the description, we need the type, date, status, author. Oh, we also need author. Hmm. Let's leave every default as it is and expect the user to enter every detailed metadata from it, and then we'll think if that works or not. Because that is just too much premature optimization here. We can't expect every detail to be filled automatically by the user. Eventually it will be, but for now let's avoid doing that. So I'm stopping the server and I want to run the sync db.co, which it should now create right here. Let's see. Okay, a silly error, nothing big guys. So it is github.com torso database libsql. That is it. Let's see. Syntax error around line 50. So we have this created a time, right? We are using that. So let me do a select star from posts where um, what is it created is greater than this. So where created is greater than this. So we are getting still two posts. Yeah, now we have one, so that is working indeed. So there was just one ridiculous issue to do created at, and if um, This is not in a string. I need to make sure it is wrapped in a string like thing, and hopefully that should work. Expected 8 destinations argument in scan, not 7. 7 what? Oh. Hmm. So we have title ID. So we have ID, title, slug, body 4, metadata 5, created at 6, created at 7, author ID. Oh, author ID. Author ID is an integer, I believe, or it is integer 64. That is what I feared, and that is what happened. This should all be strings. Oh wait, I never called this write post method. My bad. Write post file, which will take the title, the slug, the body, metadata. Created at is, well, let's just call it created at, updated. Yeah. Why is this metadata complaining? Because it is saying that invalid character after top level value. So ID, title, slug, body, create. Oh, that is what it can do if you misplace the values here, because it is very order specific. You cannot compromise on that. So that is that, and that is it. However, I didn't create anything, which is a shame. Oh, so what it did try to do is rerun this once more, and there it is. Okay, title hello world. It didn't print any other thing. Why? Um, we are asking it for the body here, and the body was not printed. It is. So why? Since mm, so to hello world. Hello world is a slug, I believe, and hello world is a title that is provided there. Actually, we have not returned the body here. You can see over there, right? So select star from posts where. So let me think what is the order of this. It is ID, title, slug, and body. Uh, However, if you see carefully here, the body is empty, which means we have somewhere might have messed up in the plugins itself and not here, because if you see here the content is being appended here, and this create post sends in sends it to here, and let's look at the actual DB. bd.body. So yeah, that is that. Yeah, the second post ID is nil. So let me do one thing. Since let us run this, let us restart this, and first of all we'll try to print it here. db post dot body, and let's see if we mess it up here. So we are saying content. Where are we loading the content? So we are loading it from the payload dot post. Oh, that might be one issue. So here if you see a little down here where we are trying to load in the form data, we are storing the value as post, which is I think incorrect. It is actually uh, what is it? It is pump down preview. It is content and not post. So So let's update that quick. So it is content, and yeah. So let's do some validations here because slug already exists. It should complain. It didn't. Hmm. Yeah, you need to add some things here. So if we see this thing, it is still not updated. Why that might be? Did I not run that? Okay, okay, now it is there, but it is quite weird. Anyways, let's try to stop this and run the syncdb.go, and we would see something here. Yep, that is indeed working. Let's try to delete this now, and let's run this again. Okay, yeah, I mean that is what I needed. There is nothing wrong in there. And now if we try to run this again, this should hopefully have all the posts. Oh, we don't have the type in yet. Okay, so we need to make a few more changes. uh, the first change we might do is right in the db, which will be to sort of set the post type in the metadata itself right here, or maybe if it is not specified, then we'll just set it to post. Okay, we can do that. So here if we save our uh, post type will be a string which will set to posts if metadata post type. Okay, and what I would do is, yeah, let us just do metadata post type. So if you would see right here that we had a type, it is a post type. So I'll say published will be set to status, and that will be two things that we added here, post type and status. So other things could be added as a description, the date and the author as well. So type and status is added, we need to add a date and author. Let's add that real quick. So um, let's say, so at this point of time, uh, if the user was authenticated, we will also have the username, correct? We can grab the name from the user. So payload.username and author dot hold on. So if the models have the name and the username, so author will have the name, here I'm just grabbing that one, so let's do the username. Oh, okay, we are already comparing that, makes sense. So here we will have the username and we can grab the author dot name. So this check is actually wrong, correct? Yeah, it is actually wrong. Uh, so we will also send in author ID, but also send in the author post. Oh, sorry, author dot name, and here shall be a string, and here we'll just set the author as the author name. That is done. Now we need the final piece, which is metadata of date, which will be, I'm not sure with that suggestion. Let's stick to that. I don't know what that would do. I think that converts it. What is RFC 339? Not really. What is that? Yeah, let's do that, and let us run this file, and let us delete this, run this, sync the DB, and hopefully we have something more useful in this database. So if I do um, it doesn't look like the user has any more metadata associated to it, right? Why is that? Oh, because it is already marshaled. Got it. Well, that is something weird. Oh, okay, it is the time of saving the file. Okay, I need to run that again. Okay, so let's do one thing for now. Let us delete from posts where id is greater than 2. So that will be that. And let us uh, run the API. And over here we'll go a little back. Let's call it Golang SSG in Golang, whichever you can take. And I'll submit. And yeah, now it has everything: author, the date, published. Oh, it is draft. Interesting. Yeah, let us do one thing, which will be to um, stop this and run this. And okay, what is the issue here? Oh, I'm looking at the wrong thing. Mm. Okay, that is one issue more, which is the type I added it to posts. Uh, it is a type of post. However, we need to now add in the draft. Okay, we'll rely on the post dir now. So the post type, if that is posts, then post dir. Okay, will be metadata posted. Okay, now I need to do that again. So let me delete this again and go back here, put on the API. This is a bit repetitive, but I'm excited. S. Okay, that would be done. Now we sync the DB and we check out this. It is here, and there we go. And okay, one more thing. So now if we run this, it did error out, which is a good thing. And here it is. Let's go. Fully automated from the editor to a static site. So the first part is done. Second part could be done, but I am ready for this to ship it, at least to refactor this and make it ready for use. I will be using this to create this sort of my blog where I can just hook it up and create posts dynamically from the server. So that is what I'm approaching right now. Yeah, let's see how that goes. I'm gonna stop here for today. How much is the time did we spend? Okay, we just spent 1 hour 30 minutes, but wait, why it says it offline? So that was not offline. Okay, and we'll leave it here for now. Which will be to next step will be to connect, connect all the parts and use it on an actual GitHub repo. and use this into the cron job. That will be one trial. And yeah, if that works, then we can use the GitHub API to create the file from the database post that we have created. So that's it from now. We'll see